So wouldn't life just be better, right, if you didn't have that exam tomorrow, or bills due next week, or that stressful family party to go to? Well, I have some bad news to tell you. Those things aren't going to go away. But I have a trick for you. Worry less. It sounds easier said than done. But I am reading this book, or rather listening to it, and I'm going to put a link of it in the description below. It's 10 Steps to a Better Life by Manly P. Hall. And Manly P. Hall is long gone from this plane of existence now. This is written like 1918, 1922 maybe, but when you listen to it, it reads like it could have been written yesterday. So, step one to living a better life was worry less. Well, you could say, well, thanks, Captain Obvious, worry less. Wow, you should just write a novel about it. Well, I did, by the way. I wrote a novel, but it's a fiction novel. We'll get to that later. But you're not going to be able to do anything in life until you get explained why to do it. At least that's how I am. I like to be explained why to do something, and it sort of like clicks in my head. So it says, just the act of worrying less will free up your mind entirely, just even doing that. Because think about it, when you worry, it's usually about something in the future, right? It could be about in the past, that you worried about something that happened in the past, but that even plays into this exact point that I'm going to make. And that point is that if you're worrying about something, it's not something happening in this present moment, right here, right now. It's something that's happened either in the past or in the future. And if it's in the past, it doesn't matter if it's in the past or in the future, you're reliving it over and over again in your head as if you are living it in this physical current moment. Your mind doesn't really know the difference, unfortunately. It only knows, and it only should know, this present moment here and now. But if you're living something over in the past or in the future, you are putting yourself through that anguish constantly. And the worst part is if it's in the future, because then you're living a supposed present moment over and over again that might not even happen. You are putting yourself through so much anxiety, and as a result, fear about something that might not even happen, that you are literally destroying yourself mentally and physically. They say that stress and anxiety literally leads you to live less time on this planet. If living in this physical plane of existence is what you want, then yeah, worry less. Seriously. And that one act alone will, one, cause you to live longer, and two, just keep your mind completely at ease at all times. Now, at this point, you're probably like, okay, man, I understand why, but how? And how is very simple. Live in the present moment. It sounds so easy, and it can be a little difficult, but it is very simple. Live in the present moment. Stop worrying about things in the future or in the past. Anytime you find yourself thinking about them, you have to stop yourself and say, bro, listen, this is not anything that I should be concerned with right now. In this present moment, what happened in the past doesn't matter. In this present moment, what may happen in the future doesn't matter. So you live in the present. And you could even do it down to like a little, like microcosm of seconds or minutes. Like say you're driving your car, right? And your car about to run out of gas. That would cause a lot of people to get anxiety. And I don't blame you, because it's a anxiety driving thing that happens. So you have like 5 miles left, right? And you're in a place where you're unfamiliar. And you're sitting there, through your mind, it's racing. Oh no, am I going to be able to make it to a gas station? What if I don't make it? What if this? What if that? Blah, blah, blah. Stop. Stop. Because that's going to keep your mind racing. It's going to be a snowball effect. And if you have that same issue, because I've had that too, it doesn't help you. You have to stop that thinking and tell yourself, listen, right now, I have 6 miles left. That's the only thing that's important. Something might happen, something might not happen. Right now, we're in this current moment, and the only thing that matters is the dangers in this moment. And yes, I have 6 miles left, but I should not be worrying about and causing myself anxiety for the potentiality in the future of me having no more gas. Yes, it's a concern, but don't cause yourself anguish and anxiety over the potentiality of you running out of gas. That moment has not occurred yet, and it might never occur, and it might occur. You never know, but if it does occur, then you cross that bridge when you get there. It can be a difficult mindset to take on, and a little bit of story time. I used to be the most anxious person in the world. Like, anytime driving or even on my motorcycle, I don't know how I got my motorcycle license, because I would always assume, and this is what they teach you, but I would have a lot of anxiety because of it, that someone's going to pull out in front of me, I'm not going to be able to stop, I'm not going to take this turn right, I'm going to end up on the side of the road and into the woods. But somewhere along the line, I told myself exactly what I told you, and it didn't happen overnight, but it eventually started clicking in. Ironically, with more dire situations first. Like, if something was like catastrophic, I would be like, okay, we're in here, this is what we have to do, that's what we do, this, do that, this is how we move forward. But then if there was some minor thing, I'd be like, OMG, what's going on? I can't do this, I can't do that. Even when it came down to things as like small as talking to women or whatever it was, it's like, oh, did I say that right? Did I do that thing wrong? And like, I eventually got myself to a point, after telling myself constantly, like, hey man, slow down, that's the future, that's the past, those don't matter right now, what matters is right now in the present. After I told myself that enough, and after catching myself in those crazy anxiety loops, that's when I finally got myself to the point where I live mainly in the present moment, and I don't let worry affect me, because that's pretty much what Manly P. Hall is saying, and that's how he's telling you to worry less, is to not let it affect you by letting yourself go into anxiety loops of the future and the past. But I could ramble on and on at this topic at this point, and I'm going to end it here. This is just part 1. Stick around for the other 9 parts of 10 Steps Living a Better Life by Manly P. Hall. My name is Brendan, this is The Lost Tribe. If you like this content, consider smashing that like button, hit the subscribe button so you can get more of this to you. Leave a comment if you have anything to say about this topic. As a matter of fact, if you've had a way where you've learned to worry less and cope, please leave that in the comments down below. And if you have any other ideas for me to make more videos. If you want to support me, obviously follow the channel, but I am a fiction author, and I have a dystopian thriller called The Phoenix and the Flames by Brendan Landry. It's out on Amazon right now. I'll put a link of that in the description below and maybe a pinned comment. It's an easy way to support me, as well as get something of value from supporting me instead of just more content through this channel. You could also get my books if you were interested in that. But anyways, before I ramble on even farther, my name is Brendan, Lost Tribe. Peace out, fam.